Alright guys, I have the motorcycle back. It was so windy and rainy here. I've been a cager. So we're going to do a video. I'm getting on the freeway right now. So you ready? We'll get up to some high speeds here. And we're going to talk about, on this video, a lot of funny things. Hey look, my fellow motorcycle rider. The topic of this video is, why don't atheists bash Satan? Why don't atheists bash Satan? Because they certainly bash God. And last time I read the Bible, Satan is mentioned throughout the whole Bible several times, many times. Jesus referred to him. A lot of the disciples referred to Satan. Why don't atheists bash Satan? And I want to tell you a funny story that happened in the Stickam chat room. And Stickam, excuse me, for those of you that don't know what it is, it's a chat room, a video chat room. You can see the other people that are chatting to you. And there's a chat room called Atheist Debate that I frequent from time to time. And, okay, let's drop the hammer down to some fixed gear. So, every time I'm, talking to atheists, they're always bashing God. Never once have I heard them bash Satan. Kind of suspicious, don't you think? Why don't atheists bash Satan, but they bash God? So I had a theory, and I tested this theory in the Stickam room, and my theory was correct. My theory is that atheists will not bash Satan because he's their father. They're not going to bash your father, of whom you follow. So, how can I prove this? And I sat in the Stickam room, and as I sat there tapping my fingers in my formerly Bible-reading mouth, I said, I know what I'll do. So there was a guy there, an atheist. I'm not going to mention his name, but those of you that were in the room know that this is an absolute 100% true story. I don't want to mention his name because it's so stupid what this poor blind chap said. As I asked him, I said, look, in the Garden of Eden, and before I did this, there was a bunch of people in the room, I would say 30 to 50 in the chat room. I didn't count them all, but from looking down on the screen, about 30 to 50, right? So, I told everyone in the room, because I have a headset on, as I'm talking. I told everyone in the room, I go, watch, I'm going to prove to you that Satan is the atheist father. Hey, I forgot I'm on a motorcycle. I can go in this lane. In my car, I can't go in this lane because I drive to work by myself. So here's what I did. I asked the atheist, and you guys are going to be, what's the word I'm looking for? Shocked. What he said. I asked the atheist, okay, in the Garden of Eden, who lied? Did Satan lie or did God lie? Because if you read the book of Genesis, in the Garden of Eden, it is obvious that both can't be telling the truth because Satan and God are saying the complete opposite things. And by the way, I don't even put Satan on level with God. God is totally beyond comparison. He's so awesome. It's not like they're both equal power here. In fact, in the Bible that it says God can summon Satan to the throne anytime he wants. And he summons Satan to the throne. And he says, what have you been doing? And Satan says, I've been walking up and down the earth. The Bible says that he's like a lion. He walks up and down the earth looking to whom he may devour. So, here's the question I asked again. And I told everyone in the room, I go, watch, he's going to take Satan's side. You know why? Because you don't bash your father, and atheist father, Satan. They'll deny it, but it's true. The default position is if you're not worshiping God, you're worshiping Satan. Yes, speaking of default positions. The default position is if you're not worshiping God, you're worshiping Satan. Satan's smart. That's why he creates and helps to perpetuate all these false religions. So it confuses people. Does it confuse me? Does it confuse you? All you gotta do is study all these man-made religions, and when you get to Jesus Christ, you realize he is a real historical person. So back to this question, and in the video I only got around 4 minutes or so. So I asked the question, everyone's on the edge of their chair, as I asked the atheist, who lied? Was God lying in the Garden of Eden, or was Satan lying? Now, for those of you that have never ever read the Bible, and I don't know why, it's, bestseller, #1 book in the world, read the book of Genesis, and God clearly tells Adam and Eve, hey look, you can stay in this area, you can eat of this food, but don't go in this area and don't eat of this food. Nice motor. And Adam and Eve were doing just fine till the father of lies came in and said no. And he basically denied everything God was saying. You can read it. So, as I asked this sweet, cuddly, huggable atheist who was telling the truth, who was lying, he said, are you ready for this? The devil was telling the truth. And God lied. Yes! The madness of atheism. Is it that bad, you guys? Is it really that bad? Does it have to get so bad that now atheists are supporting Satan and saying God lied? This is what Jesus Christ talked about. Blindness. Blindness. That guy was blind. I prayed for that guy. I know what it's like to be blind. I was in the humanist religion of atheism. So, it's interesting that Jesus talks about these people that would say something like that. God lied and Satan was telling the truth. And by the way, he was not joking. He was not joking. He was serious. He wasn't just trying to get us all like, what? Yeah, he was serious. So I proved my theory correct. Did you guys see that bird just fly in front of us? I proved my theory correct. And we now know the reason why atheists do not bash Satan. Look, if you had a father of whom you loved and whom you followed, would you bash him? You ever see me bashing God? No. This is why atheists don't bash Satan. You're not going to bash your father. And I have proven this theory correct. As a matter of fact, like atheist experience shows on TV, they're always bashing God. I'm like, hey, how much bias can you be when you never bash Satan? They never bash Satan, but they always bash God. You know why? Once again, because you don't bash your father. I have come to believe, beyond a shadow of a doubt, that this is true. And by the way, guys, I have a new radio show up. If you go right here, ShockOfGod.net, Quick Shock Radio, you will hear me talking to the sons of Satan. Yes, on my radio show, the sons of Satan call in to talk to me. God bless you guys, Maranatha. I gotta change freeways here. Why don't you go listen to me right now? It's all archived. You can download it in MP3 or just stream it right now on your computer. Go to ShockOfGod.net, Quick Shock Radio. It's the show that says ex-atheist, now Christian, talk to sons of Satan.